Leader Jeffries, will you attend a No Kings rally on Saturday? And what do you think of Speaker Johnson and other Republicans calling these Hate America rallies?
I mean, it's extraordinary to me, and I want to defer to Pete and Katherine on this, but, you know, House Republicans are flailing. These people have been on vacation for 3 consecutive weeks. In fact, going back to the end of July, because of decisions made by House Republican leadership, the Congress has only worked for about 15 days. That's extraordinary. And then Republicans and Donald Trump shut the government down, and they're forcing hardworking federal civil servants to work without pay or to be furloughed. Like, Republicans are not serious about solving problems for the American people. They're creating problems. And so the effort to mischaracterize the rallies that are going to take place all across the country is part of the continued right-wing disinformation machine that is failing to persuade the American people as to what this shutdown is all about. And as a result, Republicans are falling apart.
I'll be at a rally. I'll be holding an American flag in my hand as well. It seems that Speaker Johnson and House Republicans only believe that free speech matters if you agree with their speech. So my message to the American public is that's what Speaker Johnson feels. If you don't agree with him, you're un-American. So join us. We'll see you out there. And in California, we're going to continue to remind people about the importance of Proposition 50. I wouldn't ever politic from this lectern, but Californians understand what's at stake, and they understand an ability to push back against Donald Trump is on their ballot. And more importantly, these ballots are on their kitchen table. And so the importance of these rallies are, do you believe in pushing back? Do you believe in standing with us as we fight for health care? And do you believe that we should safeguard next year's election before Donald Trump tries to rig the election? Then you're a yes on 50. And so my message will be clear, but I'll be the one wearing red, white, and blue as well.
Okay.
Just think about where we are, where millions of Americans are coming out to say, we elect presidents, we don't have kings, and the Republicans are like, how un-American. I mean, just how they are so blatant with their disregard for how our system works, for how our Constitution is put together, for how we are supposed to be a country that operates under the rule of law. And layer on top of that they are saying to the American people, if you are not extremely wealthy, you don't count. You don't count. And when you're saying to those same farmers who are coming to my office, and I don't exactly represent a large agricultural community in suburban Boston, but they're coming to my office because they are hurting and they are desperate to get the attention of members of Congress, because it's not only the soybean market that they are losing to Argentina and Brazil because of this administration's tariff policies, they're losing their health insurance. Half of all family farms rely on the ACA. And this $40 billion could go a long way towards that tax credit that they've decided to take away. Their priorities are completely upside down. Why would they possibly double down on what they're sending to Argentina, take away health care from millions of Americans, and increase premiums for every American, and say that people coming together to peacefully protest is un-American? It's no wonder they're not showing up to their jobs. They've forgotten what they're even supposed to be doing here and representing the people, not a president.
Thank you.
Speaker Johnson said this morning that while there are no talks on the leadership level, there are talks among appropriators, bipartisan, bicameral. Can you give us an update on those talks? And is there any scenario where if this thing keeps dragging on for weeks and weeks and weeks, that that the Appropriations Committee could actually, there would be no need for a stopgap because you could start passing individual appropriations bills, including addressing some of the issues that you're demanding?
There are informal conversations that are taking place in the Senate relative to a potential bipartisan path forward, but those conversations have not extended to the House as it relates to the appropriators. Rosa DeLauro made clear earlier today that she's had no outreach from the chairman of the Appropriations Committee, Tom Cole, and there hasn't been any indication of a Republican willingness to actually sit down and work out a bipartisan agreement that makes life better for the American people, that reopens the government, and that addresses the Republican health care crisis. That's challenging. This is day 15 of the government shutdown. And what we've gotten from Republicans is Donald Trump has spent more time on the golf course than he spent talking to Democrats about reopening the government. Mike Johnson and House Republicans have been on vacation for 3 weeks with no indication that they intend to come back, notwithstanding the fact they shut the government down, are hurting everyday Americans, and refuse to address the healthcare crisis that they've created. Yet somehow they found $40 billion to bail out Argentina in order to benefit and enhance the lifestyles of the rich and shameless, those financiers who are connected to this corrupt Argentinian deal. But they can't find a dime to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits, whose expiration is going to impact tens of millions of Americans. They can't find a dime. They can't be bothered to even sit down and have a conversation. In real time, the Republicans are showing the American people what they're all about. Cruelty is the point. And they only care about the wealthy, the well-off, and the well-connected. This is the Trump friends and family plan that's hurting the American people and has been since day one. It's the only thing they care about. They promised that costs would go down on day one. Costs haven't gone down here in America. Costs are going up. Inflation is going up. The Trump tariffs are causing thousands of dollars in additional expense for everyday Americans all across the country. Housing costs going up. Grocery costs going up. Electricity bills through the roof. And now people all across America, including in so many different rural communities, are about to experience dramatically increased healthcare costs that's unsustainable for them and for their families, and Republicans could care less. Thank you all.
All right, can I just follow up real quick? Are you being appraised at all on the informal Senate talks that
Yes.
you just referenced?
Yes.
Are you making progress?
Yes. Thank you.
Are you going to the rally?